All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So this is 5 days completed with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. We're going to be talking about in this video my impressions of it so far after just under 7 days. I'll say the week. Let's just say official work week. I'll say, but yeah, 5 days complete, heading into 6, and this device has been fairly good overall. Now, some things have changed since day one, so I'll start with the not so pleasant things, or my experience, and then we'll go ahead and move on and close out on a positive note. But the first thing is the Wi-Fi. Now, if you don't know, I have Wi-Fi. I have the upgraded Orbi. I have the new Orbi system, the one that costs $1,500. So, and then I also have 1 gigabit up and down at my house. So I have the 3 setup also. So I have a blanket of internet where I'm getting at least 500 up and down anywhere in my house on Wi-Fi, at least. Well, I have a satellite in the living room, and the master suite is right by the living room. And when I go into my bedroom, the Wi-Fi stops. It just drops in and out, and which is a surprise because when I had the cheaper, lower quality or lower cost, I had the Wi-Fi 5. It didn't do that. So it's definitely this phone because no other phone does that. No other phone I have Wi-Fi connectivity issues in my house with. So I know it's just this phone. So that was the first thing that I noticed. Probably on day 3, because when I go in the bedroom, I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to be on my phone or whatever. But one night I was playing a game or something to fall asleep, and I noticed that the Wi-Fi wasn't connected and it was on 5G. And I was like, whoa, why is this on 5G? You know what I mean? So, and then I noticed that's what's happening. I grabbed some other phones and I was like, this is what it is. The Wi-Fi issues on here. Now, I'm not saying the antennas are bad on here. But I have the most expensive Wi-Fi setup that you can probably buy right now. Now, expensive doesn't make it good, but I have Wi-Fi 6E throughout my entire house, and this device is the only device that has issues, whether it's on the 2.4, the 5 gigahertz, or the 6. Whatever I put it on, when I go into my bedroom, it drops out. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's not a deal breaker, obviously, but just wanted to point that out. So if any of you guys are having Wi-Fi problems, let me know in the comments. Now, the next thing is the S Pen being on the left. I listened to you guys with some of the craziest solutions or reasons why you think Samsung put it on the left. In reality, it just should be on the right. It doesn't matter if you're a left-handed person or not. I just think it belongs on the right. And I do know that there are predominantly more righties than lefties. But lefties are eating this one up. So lefties, you get a win for this one. But it doesn't bother me once I get it out. I'm saying? I'm good. And I don't have a problem with it. But I just think it's weird that it's on the left. And maybe it is because I'm a righty. But correct me if I'm wrong, but it used to be on the right. I mean, last I checked, it was on the right. So, I mean, I could be way off on that. So, nonetheless, battery life on here has been great. It lasts for a long time. It learned my behaviors, so it's really running good now. I just gave it a full charge before this video, and I've been using it for a little bit. But on average, my battery lasts a full day. That's what I was going to say. It can last me a full day. So when I look at the charts and stuff like that, it's done very good learning my behaviors of usage. Really nicely, and I can make it through a full day with ease. And the fact that this has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, it better make it through a full day. At this price, yeah, it better make it through a full day with no problems. So I would not appreciate it if I couldn't make it through a full day. So battery life, I don't really use power saving mode during the day or anything like that. Sometimes at night I'll turn on power saving mode because I'm not doing anything and I don't need anything to sync. And so when I get up in the morning, I can go ahead and, just turn it on and boom, I'm done. I'm back at it and all these 45 emails pop up. So, but aside from that, throughout my day, no power saving or anything used, just great battery. And I'm doing a lot of social media probably. I do more phone calls than anything else. You guys know I actually use my phone to make phone calls because that's what it's for. So I use a lot of phone calls. And so as far as the network goes, it's been good. I think I tried it on Verizon. I tried it on T-Mobile. But nonetheless, it's, network quality is going to depend on your network. So, I'm just saying where I'm at, I have great call quality, but because the battery, and I'll talk about that, because if you have poor battery life, it could be because you have poor signal. So, keep that in mind. Now, one thing that's obviously nice about this, if you don't know, this is my Sky Blue S22 Ultra. I waited 6 weeks to get this. Like, I literally waited 6 weeks. I was going on the 7th week and I got it in at the beginning of that week. And I was just like, wow, they weren't playing around, man. This kind of sucks that, I got to wait this long. But it is what it is. And there it is. I waited the 6 weeks and I got it and actually enjoy it. So, nonetheless, cameras on here are what you think they would be. These video cameras on here are just absolutely fantastic, man. I just think it's a great thing to have such quality photos and videos at your disposal. By today's standards, man, this is really a high-end device, and it's a pricey one too. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna shake a leg at it and say, oh, this is this and that. No. These devices are pricey. And the best way to get a good deal is to go through your carrier. If you want, I live unlocked almost all the time, like 99% of the time, these are all unlocked. And because I have the freedom to roam, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time, you want to go for the best deal. So, and you don't have to get this particular color, but if you just wanted a S22 Ultra, and you didn't have a lot of money to come out of pocket with, or you don't have a $1,400 to spend on a cell phone. I know most of you guys probably, even if you have it, you're not allocating that for a cell phone. That's just not at the top of people's list. So you go through your carrier, get those deals, man. They're offering you like a free with add a line, or free if you trade in a device, or free if you stay with them for 36 months. If you're a person that doesn't switch around a lot, that's beneficial to you. Like, you just to determine who you are, just look at your current phone, how long you've had it. So if you have a new phone every year, you're not going to do too good with deals like that. You're probably buying your phones outright, or you're saying you just kind of jumping around a lot. But if you're a person that had your phone for like 5 years, you're a good candidate for things like, staying with a carrier because of some kind of good deal. Now, as you see there, the fingerprint reader is really fast. Not that makes it accurate, but it is accurate and fast. That's just what it is. So, I don't feel any type of way about it. The Pixel 6 devices that I have, they both didn't have they don't have really fast fingerprint readers, but they're accurate when they do work. So the Pixel 6 Pro has always been flawless. It was just my Pixel 6 with screen protectors, but now they both work fine. I mean, I don't have any problems with them. So, but yeah, as far as that goes, it's nice. And then having the ability to use virtual RAM, that right there is actually really nice. I like being able to do virtual RAM, and this one gives you up to 8 gigs. As you can see here, I have mine set to 8 gigs on top of that 12. So, it's just going to help things run smoother. That's really what your RAM is doing, and you're pulling some of your system storage to use that RAM right there. So if you got select how much internal storage you want to use as virtual RAM to improve your performance. It's just that simple. So RAM Plus takes a part of my 512 gigs and allocates it to RAM Plus to give myself more power and make sure my device is running as fast as possible. So yeah, that's just a given. So one thing I want to look at, obviously the screen is obviously really great. Let me pull up a video here. The screen is obviously really good. I mean, Samsung they just have the best screens. And if you look at that bright, that's not even all the way up. This phone is this screen is so beautiful. It's incredible. It's just mind blowing. In person, it's so much better. Over video, you know what I'm saying? You're getting a look at what it actually kind of looks like. But in person, folks, I'm telling you, this thing is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's very beautiful, punchy, vibrant. It's just a good screen. And as far as speakers go, some people have some thoughts about the speakers, but really I like them.
Here it is next to, I'm not trading in my blue one or anything like that, but here it is next to the blue if you're wondering.
This is what it looks like. Let me clean up my blue one. I also have a red iPhone too. Yeah, so I mean, speaker quality is more than enough. I was actually somewhere outside. My wife had a nail in her tire, so I took it to get it fixed. And I was sitting outside, and I only had the volume. It was loud out there at this auto shop or whatever. I was sitting outside in the sun, you know what I'm saying, just chilling. And I had the volume at like 40%, and it was more than enough outside in that loud area. I could hear everything. So, you know, it's a matter of, you know, opinion on how the speakers are, what you think the speakers are going to be like. That's all opinion. But I think one thing we probably can't debate is how beautiful the screen is. It's just a beautiful screen, man. That's just what it is. And, you know, I feel like Samsung panels are everywhere too. So, you know, you're not getting poor quality at all when it comes to Samsung. They know how to do screens, man. And I really wish that other companies would adapt that. I really wish Sony with their 4K display would get more shine, man. I mean, but the Samsung panels are just phenomenal, man. Now, when I talked about the virtual RAM, the back step for a little bit, it just, you know, the performance on this thing, because I'm going to talk about the One UI. The performance on here is great, man. I have no quarrels whatsoever with how this thing works. The performance runs right along. My man Night Tech shining. The performance on here is so good. And then if you allocate the virtual RAM, you're going to get even more. You know what I mean? You're going to get even more. So I just feel like it's really a complete package when it comes to performance and things like that. I don't want to get into One UI too much, but I do want to talk about the S Pen as a positive, opposed to it being on the left side there. The functionality is still there, man. You have everything you want with the S Pen. You can still control your camera. You can do all these different things and with shortcuts. I actually use the S Pen not just for signing documents, but I use it to like screen write. If you don't know, screen write is my favorite command on here. Screen write it takes a screenshot and it lets you write all over the screen. It lets you write all over the screen, or whatever screen you on, it'll take it. And so, call came in. Anyway, yeah, screen write is my favorite. One of my top thing I use on here. It's not just for doing PDF files for me anymore. That is a huge plus to sign PDF files with the S Pen. But yeah, that's beast mode to me. And so, you know, it's been a real positive experience for me, man. I mean, a lot of people keep asking me. It's like, I don't understand when people keep asking me, do you like it better than the Z Fold 3? Do you like it better than the Z Fold 3? It's like they're trying to get me to confirm something from whatever. I don't know. I think the Z Fold 3 is just in a class of its own. It's always been, I mean, just because people are trading in their Z Fold 3s to get this device, that doesn't mean that people like this device so much better than the Z Fold 3. The Z Fold 3 has more disadvantages than the S22 Ultra. There are some people that'll swear by the Z Fold 3 and it's the ultimate device. I'm not connected to anything that much to where I just think it's so positive in every way. But this device obviously is a more natural form factor for more people to adapt. And it's not even about the Z Fold 3 costing more that makes it more premium. I just think the Z Fold 3 is a much more premium feeling device than this device. This device falls more on the plasticky feel inside, if you ask me, because it just doesn't feel as premium as my iPhone 13 Pro Max. It doesn't feel as premium as my iPhone 13. And it definitely doesn't feel as premium as the Z Fold 3. So it's not a matter of whether I like the Z Fold 3 better or I like this better. There's too many pros and cons to weigh out. But what I will say is this is a more natural feel. It's a slab phone. And some people say, oh, I'll never go back to a slab. I never say never. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I tell you what, owning this right here, it's a traditional slab phone, but it's not a traditional Samsung phone because I opted for the one of the exclusive colors, and I like it a lot. And I think that's what makes it for me because of the matte sides. I think the sides on I'm not going to say trash, but I think the sides on the standard versions, I don't like the glossy sides at all. These are matte sides all the way around. And I think that's what really makes this one unique and special. If you have ordered this and you're waiting 6 weeks to get it, you're going to love the matte sides on here. It just makes it. I mean, the whole device is pretty much matte. So yeah, the Z Fold 3 is a great device, but I'm not going to say, oh, it's just the best in the world, because, you know, I think people forget about, you know, the iPhone 13 Pro Max having the best battery over all of these. What's the use of having this big flashy device if you don't have great battery life, period? So this is a killer device next to the Z Fold 3, but there's just too many things about the Z Fold 3 that are just so different. You can open it up into a tablet. So hardware is better on the Z Fold 3. It's a phone and a tablet. This is just a phone with an S Pen built in. So this is basically just a Galaxy Note. You've heard it before. Too many people have said it. It is a Galaxy Note. Why they're choosing to call it the S22 Ultra, I just don't know. It's a Galaxy Note. It's the Note 22 or the Note 21, whatever you want to call it or whatever. But integrating the lines is a way to Samsung to have some new marketing. But the fact is, this is a hot device. I've really been enjoying it. And there's just nothing more I could say about it at this point. I mean, I'm only 5 days in of owning it. Or 6 days in of owning it, and I've already gotten over the color. It's a beautiful color. Around the house, I normally don't wear cases, but I got a new video coming out. I already put out a video on clear cases, and I got a video coming out on black cases. And right now, this is like the top black case. The Rinky Onyx is ridiculous. This is just a ridiculous case. Not too bulky, lots of grip, still got some drop protection. I got a video coming out on black cases. I already did clear cases for this device if you want to showcase your color. But in the end, you do what you want to do with your cash. I think this device is totally worth it, especially for the people that are getting on a deal. Now, I screwed myself out of a deal. Before I get out of here, I had this phone and the Tab S8 Ultra, the big tablet, for I think it was $700 or $800 for both with my trade-in. And I canceled the Tab. I got so frustrated with waiting on Samsung. I just canceled the Tab. Not just all due to frustration, but I just figured I really wouldn't use a 14-inch tablet that much because I think the iPads kill tablets. They run the tablet game, not because there's a whole bunch of them out there. They just perform better. They have better cameras. The battery's better. This is a lot about them. Now, no doubt, the Ultra is a fantastic device, but I have a 14-inch MacBook Pro, and I just don't see myself using that over, I don't care how thin it is and how pocketable it is, portable it is. I just don't see myself using that over my 14-inch MacBook Pro because it costs almost the same when you think about, like, if you don't have any discounts, the Tab the Ultra costs almost as much as a base 14-inch MacBook Pro. That's not a good buy. So even though I got it on a promo, I just didn't feel like I would use it. That's the real reason I canceled it. But in my private group, once I saw them, I started to see some people post. I was like, man, I should have kept mine. I got it for basically $400 or $475 or whatever, you know. So it, you know, hey, you live and you learn. I just know for sure though I wouldn't have used it as much because my other Android tablets, I don't really use them at all. I primarily use my iPad Mini 6. I think that's one of the best tablets out there. The size is good. If you have the LTE model, you're balling out of control with that thing. But nonetheless, this is a great phone. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this phone when they get it because it has so many advantages over a regular style phone. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. 5 days in, I'm loving this thing.